who is in the upper echelons
Right.
of NFL tight ends right now? Who
Right.
are the guys that are in that tier 1 gap of their own, and then it's everyone
Yeah,
else?
I mean, there is a lot of good tight ends in the NFL right now. I think the broader conversation a little bit is people go like, why? Like, what's gone on?
Right.
Well, I mean, the sport's more popular than ever. I think that, I mean, you go to high school football, 7-on-7s, 8th grades. I mean, the numbers are incredible. All the best athletes in our country want to play football right now. I think we got a lot of like old day tight ends that would probably go, wait, I think maybe I could play power forward basketball in the NBA. And it's like, no, you're 6'5". That's a point guard in the NBA.
Right.
You got to find something else. And power forwards, unless you got a 42-inch vertical, power forward at 6'5" ain't going to work in the NBA. Sorry.
Long gone.
Yeah. Giannis is a power forward. Like, good luck trying to shoot over him at 7'1" with a 42-inch vertical, right? So I think we see that. And I think the position with some of the run game and what's going on in the NFL, getting back to big people. People are looking to use the tight end. And yes, it just seems like we got more freaky athletes playing the position than ever before. And I think that's what the cool thing and what we're seeing right now.
It's like the rebirth of 12 personnel.
Yeah, right.
Everybody wants to be the cool kid and do it, but you can't just go out there and do it.
No,
you
you
need
got
the
to
right
draft
people
those
to do
guys and do it.
The
right.
Lions with Laporta, the Ravens when they were rolling with 3 tight ends for a while, they would even run 13 personnel.
Right. The 49ers have always had a good 12 personnel package, or at least a use check. Could be a tight end or a fullback, however you want to say it, right? But they can get and run power formations and do that to you. And I think that's where we are with the league right now. So yeah, there's a lot of damn good ones. And I think it's a changing of the guard, right? George Kittle's really awesome. Is he the top 2 or 3 in football anymore? I don't know if I'd put him in that conversation, but it's up there.
Is a problem.
It's a problem, right? Yeah. Exactly right. Mark Andrews is no longer a top 5 tight end. Travis Kelce is no longer a top 5 tight end. I'm not saying they're not good. Don't try to say that. Not at all. They're still good, but they're not on the level of some of the other guys I think we're about to bring up to as far as upper echelon type tight ends.
Well, I think the combo for this season has to start with Tucker Kraft. I mean, because Tucker Kraft is a guy that can
do it all.
Play on the line of scrimmage.
Exactly
so
right.
So he never has to come off the field.
Exactly right.
But then you watch him run across the middle of the field and you're like eyes wide. And then you watch him run with the ball in his hands and he just runs right through you.
He can run by people. Right. And then he is physical. I mean, he wants to hurt you when he runs with the ball.
He's looking
runs
for
angry.
contact.
I sit here right now, and Brock Bowers, of course, we know is in this conversation, 100%. He's been hurt lately, so he's out of sight, out of mind a little bit. But, man, I sit here right now, and I feel like, to me, if you made me pick 2 tight ends I want in the game right now, to me, it's Tucker Kraft is 1, and I'm going to go Tyler Warren number 2.
Nice.
I want Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren can block, and then again, he's like Tucker Kraft, where I don't think he blocks as good as Tucker Kraft does yet, but yet when he gets the ball, it's like, whoa, he can run by people, and if you try to square him up, he will run you the just like Tucker Kraft. And I think I err towards those 2 guys maybe more than anybody in the sport right now.
It's hard not to based off of this year. I think when Bowers is healthy, he's special.
He's special.
But I will say, I think he is more, and what he is great at is elite.
Yes.
And I don't use that word
He's
with
more
hyperbole.
pass-catching tight end / slot receiver, right?
But these 2 are more complete.
Yeah.
That's
Put the hand on the ground. They can do that. And that's where you want them, but they can line up at receiver and be pretty damn good. Maybe not to Bowers level, but the traditional tight end stuff, I feel like they're a little bit better than Bowers in that department.
Yeah, these guys are special, and it kind of brings upon the conversation. It's not hard to find a starting tight end. It's very hard to find the complete tight end.
Yes.
Like, guys just skew towards he's a receiving tight end or he's a blocking tight end, and blocking tight ends get paid now, big contracts.
Yes.
But when you have one like Green Bay has, or you have one that the Colts drafted with the 14th overall pick, and there was a lot of discourse before that draft of, can you take a tight end this early?
Right.
Well, the Colts are laughing now because it's worked out perfectly.
Exactly right. I think, too, as we go here, we're seeing more of the hybrids, right? Where we're getting to the draft and we're going, wait, tight ends, we're starting to see ones that block and catch and do that, right? Laporta, right? Loveland in Chicago, right? Where they're drafted highly and do that. It's like, where I think we're starting to see more of that complete tight end become a thing in college football and in the NFL as well. But yeah, I'm with you there. I think it's those 3 certainly. Who else are we missing here as far as in this conversation? Kittle is still pretty damn elite when he's healthy. He is up there. But like after Bowers, Tucker Kraft, okay, and Tyler Warren, who do you think you would go with next in that conversation as the next guy up, right?
Man.
Because I know that's where it's actually, I mean, because you really look at it.
McBride?
McBride. Oh, that's who we're missing.
Has to be McBride.
Trey McBride.
I thought we were missing someone.
That's what we're. Trey McBride is in that combo with those
really
guys right
freaking
there.
good.
Exactly right. He's kind of, to me, a hybrid of like Bowers and Tucker Kraft. He's not as big as Tucker Kraft and quite as physical at the line of scrimmage, but and he's not quite as good as Bowers as far as line him up a receiver, but he's damn good.
Yep.
He's almost a hybrid that way. Yes, I would say that Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride are a little bit in a class of their own, I think, at the tight end position.
I think that's completely justified.
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad to hear you say that.
The guys that I want to see, like, can they be next up now? Yeah. We all have our eyes on Oronde Gadsden.
Yep, right.
Because it's been a really small sample size, but holy
it's impressive
smokes.
Shit. Right, exactly.
Right. Like, you look at him, you're like, I don't know how many linebackers can run with him.
Right.
And the receiving skills are real.
Harold Fannin.
And then Harold Fannin.
Right.
Who I was like, man, whoever drafts him better have a plan.
Yeah.
Because his usage at Bowling Green was so
receiver-ish.
unique.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But the Browns, Stefanski has a real plan for him.
He does have
working.
a real plan. I mean, damn, he puts him at fullback. He puts him at traditional tight end, and he looks like he's growing into becoming a little bit of a blocker. Right? I think Laporta's probably close to our top guys as well. He maybe not as freaky after the catch as the guys I think we're talking about, right? That's maybe what's missing, but blocks damn well.
And he has to share the ball.
That's
why he doesn't
exactly
get the same
right.
love.
High-level route runner.
Yep.
That's the other thing, too, there. But, I mean, you go through the league right now, I mean, it's incredible because you talk about Fannin and you go, man, Njoku's a pretty good tight end. He can do everything. I mean, every team has got something. Freiermuth, they can't get him the ball because Aaron Rodgers doesn't ever throw a ball over the middle on time or ever, right? I said this on Monday with PFT. When's the last time you saw Aaron Rodgers drop back, 7-step drop, take a hitch, and throw an in-cut down the middle of the field? When's the last time? Does it ever happen anymore? Or throw a crossing route, like, 20 yards down the field? It's always in the flat, slant, in the flat, back shoulder, fade down the sideline.
Right.
So I feel bad for Freiermuth. The damn Buffalo Bills have 2 of them.
Maybe 3. Jackson Hall is
I know,
like at least
Holy
a
crap, I know.
player.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
We see that the Patriots are pretty good there.
Yep.
Denver with Evan Ingram. I mean, it goes on and on right now with Cade Otton in Tampa Bay. I mean, we know that Philadelphia's got some damn good tight ends as well.
Ferguson's always underrated.
Exactly right. Always underrated that way in Dallas. I mean, Kyle Pitts, we haven't gotten to him. Hawkinson, right, in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to him either yet. There is a lot of quality tight ends in the NFL right now is our point.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the film review.
Yeah.
Because this is, and I like how Pete put in Kyle Pitts. Just kidding, but I think Kyle Pitts is.
He's still something to be reckoned with.
He's bounced back this year.
He definitely has. Right.
At least to above expectations.
Again, I'm not putting him in top 5 or but he's borderline top 10-ish, I think, right in there. And there's something to be said about that. And as we've talked about, the tight ends are starting to get to. My old phrase I used to use with Ahmed, with receivers, that I'd go, there's 20 top 10 receivers in the NFL. It feels like right now there's 15 top 10 tight ends in the NFL right now, to be fair. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.